So, hello. I thought I would just start a little project of answering questions from my knowledge and my experience. So these are not professional answers from, I'm not a professional psychiatrist, psychologist, astrophysicist, geneticist, quantum physicist, astronomer, but I have knowledge and experience, and I will do some research and reference some of my answers. So, but mostly it's from my own knowledge and experience, especially questions about relationships, etc. So, but I did ask a few people I knew if they could start me off with a few questions. And one of them was people are starting to say Mars is not real. What are your thoughts about it? Well, hard to say what about Mars is not real. Is the idea of us going there not real? Is the idea of um, the existence of Mars not real? So we know that Mars does exist. There have been plenty of conspiracy theories that the pictures we get from Mars of it being completely dry and arid and are not true, that Mars is actually quite alive and full of different colors and life, and already has had human inhabitants and colonies for a very long time. And there are actual Martians who live underground. I don't remember what was said about their communicating with the humans, but so of course, apparently, from what I also heard, again, not from what I really know, because nobody really knows this except those who say they're in the know. And are they in the know? And do we believe that they're in the know? But in any case, it's it's not unfeasible that there's a lot of stuff that happens without most humans knowing. So yeah, so there have been human colonies, and Elon Musk knows, but he cannot say. However, I'm not sure that's entirely true because in the inauguration, when going to Mars was mentioned, he jumped up and down like a little excited boy. So that was not an indication that he knows it's already everything set up and but maybe the idea of the normal human going to Mars and living there is something new that most of us are not aware of. The question is, would I do that? I would not go to Mars to live. Oh gosh, the politics, the bureaucracy, the closed society, the restrictions. I don't think it would be any more exciting or any more interesting than being here, to be honest. But anyway, there was a nice movie called The Space Between Us, where this one human boy was born on Mars quite by accident. His mother was the main astronaut, and she was pregnant, but didn't know it on the way to Mars with a group of people. And so she gave birth to him there. She passed away. He grew up with the crew. And when he got older, like teenage years, he started learning how to communicate with the internet. And he met a girl, another student in high school, and he started to communicate with her. And it was very nice. And he was determined to come to Earth. And I'll let you see the rest of it. But the Mars in that particular movie was not quite as arid. And it is, the atmosphere seems to be in all aspects the atmosphere is uninhabitable as far as breathing freely, but I don't know. That could be what's the word for it? Terraformed, perhaps. I don't know the science of that. But anyway, so that's the question about Mars being real. Um, Nobody knows if all these things are really happening. I believe the desire to build colonies there from those here on Earth that we hear about is real. But yeah. So the next question is, are all the news about the aliens staged from the government? Not sure what that means exactly, except if you guys used to watch the X-Files. So Mulder and Scully, they seem to have all these experiences where you couldn't deny that they were extraterrestrials. And then at some point, way into the show, they depict government officials being the ones staging abductions and giving people the feeling that they were abducted from aliens when actually it was the government. Yeah, I don't know how that was possible, but there's all kinds of things going on, that we don't know about. There's all kinds of technology given to us from reverse engineering, from crashed UFOs, supposedly. And I haven't seen them. Well, have I seen them? I don't know. There may be some newsreels where I saw some, but um, so reverse engineering, because if you think Roswell happened in 47, and then from 1950 forward, our technology and our ability to create new electronical devices just skyrocketed like within 20, 30 years. So that would kind of make sense that we have been reverse engineering a lot of things from other places in the universe that most people aren't told about. I hate this thing that we're not told, we're not told, we're not told. Yeah, we're not told, most of us. I don't know why. Well, so don't know why. Because the idea is that first we couldn't handle it, and second, it would ruin the economy if people decided, oh, yeah, there is reverse engineering, there is medicine. And then what would happen to the pharmaceutical industry? And how many hospitals, doctors' offices, lives are all, it's like a huge nervous system. So that would fall apart, which I think would be a good thing, but it would be quite a traumatic thing. So I don't know. It's going to happen at some point. But I guess those who are in control have decided that we're not ready. And it's not only that we're not ready, they're not ready to give up control. So that's the other thing. So I don't think it's all staged. I mean, they do try to cover up everything as much as they can as being anything other than alien, but there are just too many things that they can't cover up because they can't, like the Phoenix Lights, and I think that was 97, I think that was. Don't remember exactly what year that came out. I'd have to look that up. I mean, that happened. But if you haven't heard of the Phoenix Lights, there was this huge, 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 supposedly craft that appeared in the Phoenix, Arizona skies, and it had these huge lights that were geometrically spaced one from another, and nobody could say they were flares or balloons or anything like that. And at the time, I think it was either the mayor or the governor said, "Oh, that was just a hoax," and he came out in an alien outfit and he made all these jokes about it. But then I think about 10 years later, he came out and said it was not a hoax, and he came out and admitted that. But anyway, there are things the government can't cover up or stage. I don't think it's all staged by the government. We've heard of was that project? It's not Project Blue Book. I think it's Project Blue Beam. The idea that the governments would stage alien attacks. And so we would think we had a common enemy, and so we would unite and or relinquish control to those who are in power in order to protect us, so to speak. That would be the motivation. And also to take us away from the idea that God is ultimately in control, which is something in the metaphysical world you don't hear much about God, the relationship as much. Not saying you don't, but as much. So, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff behind all of that. In any case, so those are the few questions that I received so far. I welcome questions from everybody. Could be about relationships, nothing lewd or nothing vulgar, no cursing, just questions about life, relationships, whatever you just, anything. I will just have fun answering them. I can talk about almost anything, almost. Yeah, okay. Well, thank you. It was fun. Talk to you later. Bye.